I don't know why it's not working. I'm trying here. Actually, we're trying. Oh, I can see the lock too. I can't. Normally, I can see my face on the screen through the webcam, and I can't see anything. It's just a lock, and I don't know how to fix this. I mean, we can sit here and talk, but that kind of defeats the purpose of a webcam. Sometimes I really dislike technology.
If you go to YouTube on there, I'll let you do it.
Do what?
Try going to YouTube on your phone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm not using my phone. I'm using my computer for this. I can go to my phone, but I just checked it to see if my phone would allow me to get on the webcam, and it showed my face. So I'm not the most savvy when it comes to this. I'm sure there's a setting or something, but I don't know why it would be changed. I've never messed with it since the last one. I can't even click on the webcam feature on my toolbar for YouTube. It says I don't have access to this feature. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Let me get on the Google web here.
Open it. I'm going to try to Google image searcher.
I don't know.
See, there you go. They're only going to see this, so you can click on this.
How's that working? Is that all right? Can you guys see me? So what we had to do is open my webcam on my computer and then share the screen with the YouTube channel. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working, but it's thanks to her that we figured it out or figured out a way to do it. Sorry. This is McKenna, by the way. This is my special guest, also known as my better half. She's nervous.
Mm-hmm.
It's It's not full screen. Okay, let me see. Can I make it full screen behind like this so you guys can see it that way? Is that better? I don't know what's wrong with it. We didn't fix it. We pulled up the webcam in a different on the actual computer camera, and now we're sharing the screen through the YouTube channel. So you guys are basically looking at my desktop, which is our YouTube or our webcam. Thanks, Pete. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got to delete that first try off of there. I should just do that really quick. Otherwise, people are going to be all wigged out on what's going on. Okay. Now I can come back here. And then somebody else on Facebook wanted me to share the link to them, and I don't remember who it was. So now I got to go figure that out. Sorry, guys. Wasting a lot of time here. I just like to make. Okay. I got to get caught up in the chat here. Raylan's doing good. She's working her way through her second trimester of school, so kindergarten. It's going fast. Lee's here, Dave's here, Rudy's here, Matt is here, Bryce is here, Logan's here. Who else am I missing? Rodney, Paul, Hyatt. Quite a bit of people in for a last minute. I mean, I did give you guys several hours to prepare, 4 hours. So Ray is the same age as my youngest grandson. Yeah, she's something else, that's for sure. 1 minute she wants to do makeup, the next minute she wants to wrestle, and when's the Relics Plow Day? I think it's tentatively scheduled for somewhere around Memorial Day. One of those weekends. But it all depends on ground conditions, snow. The way this winter's going, it'll probably be a lot like last, where we get a bunch of snow late in the year. We don't even have enough snow to cover the grass right now. Florida's got 8 inches, but we don't have frickin' 4 of it. Gene's here. That's weird. I can't believe that webcam did that. I wonder if it has to do with my computers and my phone have done an update recently, and now they link together. So I wonder if it has something to do with that. That's what it looks like from the other end. Hyatt, send all the snow you want. We're used to it up here. Don't bother me. Club has a plow day this Saturday. Most likely going to be a dust fest. Sorry. At least you get to have fun. How's Grandpa's tractor going? Well, I posted on the community page that I picked everything up from the machine shop, so all that stuff is ready to go. I just got the piston and sleeve and gasket kit in, but last night I was cut off the road and I smoked a mailbox with the mirror on my truck. So now I got to buy a mirror, actually 2 mirrors, because it's just a long story. But I was planning on ordering rod bearings and main bearings, but now I have to buy a couple of mirrors. So that stuff's going to get pushed back. But I have the governor. There's a table right here, back here. There's a table that has the governor and the oil pump on it, and I got the governor apart. I just need to clean everything up, sandblast the housing, and then got to get some more Gliptol, and then paint the inside of the housing. And then I think I'm going to have to repin the weights for the governor. So I'll have to go through that and show you guys what I end up doing with that. But as far as putting the engine back together, we're not even there yet. We got to get more parts. I got to check the water pump out. We're going to have to get a different radiator. That one that we got is probably leaks, but I know it's crushed on one corner. So how we doing? Surviving Maine on a 20-acre farm. Yeah, we've got below zero temps here too. It's been bitter the last few days. Today it got up to like a balmy 8 degrees, but the wind chill was still like minus 15. Me having adult money is a bad idea. Hey, it doesn't get any easier, man. The older you get, the more you want to spend. But the more you realize you can't. What's McKenna's favorite vintage tractor brand? What's your favorite color tractor? Let's start there.
Blue? I don't know. We already talked about this.
She's a Ford girl.
It doesn't go that way.
Ugh.
I'm saying I don't know enough about them yet.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
I think when she rides on the D, she'll probably be like, I like this one. It shakes a lot. I'm just saying, it's fun to drive. I haven't driven it, but I've driven them, and yeah, I haven't even opened the box yet to get my cowtails out of the parts box from Steiner. There's probably a good number of them in there. Yeah, the D parts are out of the family room just in time for the for the other tractor parts from Grandpa's M. Forgot to plug my truck in. Took a bit of ether to get started. The Ether Bunny. Well,
I'll take it.
she says she's fine with that, but I know deep down she's a Chevy gal because she drives one and her whole
Yeah.
family drives Chevy or some GM product. So that's fine. I'm a Chevy guy too. So gear talk time. Gears is here. Oh, by the way, we're only going to go till 8 o'clock. I shouldn't say only because an hour is a pretty good long live stream, but we're going to watch a movie. Had a nickel hole D. That's a rare one. They're a joy to disc with. The load's just enough. We don't know what movie yet. We usually just scroll through Netflix and all the other apps that we have, and
Yeah.
she usually picks. Ryan, how we doing? I want a little Ford Jubilee to mess around with. Too many irons in the fire to justify another tractor. That makes two of us. But I'm always looking. You never know what could be out there. What's the story on how I ended up with the back half of the 47 Farmall H? Well, it was kind of one of those things where we know that there's something wrong with the rear end on the 45. So I can open it up, take it all apart, and inspect what, as I go deeper and deeper, try to find the problem in that. And then, just the pilot bearing for the sliding gear shaft is like $130 the last time I checked. So just for one small bearing, $130. Now, if we got to put axle bearings in it, that's going to be at least another $100 aside. For the inner axle bearings, the outer axles, same thing. They're going to be really expensive. So, if we're looking at replacing failed bearings, that gets expensive real quick. So I figured $300 for this rear end, and it has an M&W 9-speed in it, it's the lever shift 9-speed, which is the most probably reliable and sought after version of all the different 9-speeds that are out there. Some of them were cable shift, and the cables were known to break, or they'd come unhooked inside the transmission. So I figured, what the heck, for $300 I can get this. And it has the same size rear tires on both sides, even though they're badly weather checked. At least they're the same size with good rims. So, I mean, the M&W 9-speed is worth more than the rear end that I paid for $300 for. So, and then I could get, money out of the rims if I needed to sell the rims. Tires ain't worth anything, but at least they hold air. Bearings are out of this world. Oh, yeah. Yep, $200 for 2 bearings for the crankshaft of my vintage Curtis air compressor. I don't know how big those bearings are, but axle bearings for an M or an H are the size of a small coffee can. They're big. So last time I checked, I found some new old stock axle bearings on eBay, and they were like $140, $150, something like that a piece. They're just 2-inch bearings. Yeah, these are like probably 4 to 5 inches. because the axle shaft themselves are 2.5, something like that, 2 3/4 inches. She's just like, this is all.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in the barn with a bad oil pump. Look down, saw the oil pressure gauge at 0. That's not a good feeling. Any word on the front end parts for the D? No, I was supposed to stop over at the machine shop last week, and they wanted me to sit down with their machinist and kind of go through the plan, but I never made it over there, and I was going to go this week, and I haven't made it over there. So, and they're not in the shop on Fridays. They work Monday through Thursday. So it's maybe next week I'll get over there, but at this point we're not going to be taking that thing out of the garage until probably April. So I'm not really, I'm excited. I want to get it out, but it's just one of those things. I'll just keep plugging away on the M till I get that back anyway. Wheel bearings for a team associated RC truck. $58 for 8 of them. And they're the size of a pencil eraser. Yeah. I'd imagine the really tiny ones are expensive just because there's such fine machining that goes into them. McKenna, you're stuck with all of us now.
I'm good with that.
What are McKenna's thoughts on the vintage tractor hobby? Pretty neat, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I've liked what I've seen so far.
Hi, you got to ask open-ended questions, man.
It's pretty much like it's all new, so it's still all exciting, I guess. He's always like a kid in a candy store, so that's pretty exciting to watch too.
She did get her first knuckle buster at Albany. She almost fell off the back of a prairie tractor. The clutch was a little jumpy. This.
You warned me. I didn't register how jumpy it would be.
Well, it's either stop or go on that one.
Oh, hi, Monica.
Hope you can bring it to the Lakehead Harvest Show in Esco. The D? You want the D at the Lakehead Harvest Show? For some reason, I've had 3 commercials during this live. That's new. Yeah, so that's a feature. I should have probably mentioned that, but that's a feature they've added on the lives now. I can't control the fact that they're putting ads on or not. They're going to do that automatically. But what I can control is the level of the amount of ads that are on here. I can have, I'll just say it like low, medium, and high, right? So I can opt to have a low amount of ads in the live, but then the revenue stream drops dramatically because the less ads you have, everything's based on views of the ads and everything. So the less ads you have, the less potential money you'll get. You can then crank it up to high level where there's like an ad every 1.8 seconds, basically. Not really, but there's a lot more ads. Or you can just kind of pick like the standard, they call it, the middle of the road. And I just leave it at the standard setting because I don't know, I just leave it there. I don't want to saturate the channel with ads because people won't want to watch, but I also use this channel to help kind of fund the tractor parts and stuff like that. I already work 2 jobs. this is kind of a third job at this point, and I don't want it to be a job. It's a way for me to fund the hobby and keep the videos coming for you guys, because the stuff ain't getting any cheaper. I was actually thinking about trying to figure out how to turn it into a business, similar to probably how Squatch does it, and then keep track of all my receipts throughout the year and then write it off in some form or fashion. I don't know how, business taxes work, but I'm probably a fool that I haven't been doing it this whole time, but I never treated this as a business, and I don't want it to be a business. It's a fun way for me to connect with you guys and um, be an ambassador for the hobby and keep it alive for the next generations. Because without us, it's going to be a toaster in your kitchen at some point. It's going to get melted down in China and turned into some, I don't know, some lady's purse hook for the corner of the table at Denny's. That's the truth. Let's see. Pete's going to try and get his Altman Taylor's 3060 there. Ask Shop Time with Dave about it. I'll have to ask him. Yeah, I know. I don't like the commercials on YouTube either. But I understand it, I was riding on the drawbar of an Oliver 77, went to get off. At the same time, my left foot slipped off the drawbar and my right missed the ground and did a complete face plant. I don't mean to laugh, but if I could tell you how many times I almost fell off the M trying to put the tarp on it, and it would have been a bad fall where I probably would have broke a leg from getting it snagged in the loader frame or something. I'm very glad I don't have to use tarps anymore. How's the new year so far? Well, we haven't bought any complete tractors yet, so we're doing okay on our addiction. So that's good. I don't have to turn in my challenge coin. I have a secret thing for the Altman Taylor. If you make it a business, it'll turn into work and lose its luster. Yep. I had a very respected shop teacher in high school that I had asked him about his career as a welder, and he was also a high-ranking general for the Minnesota National Guard. But I had asked him something about doing your dream job or something, and he always insisted that you never do your hobby for a job because you'll begin to hate your hobby. And I always kind of thought about that as, unless it's something you're completely infatuated and in love with, then more power to you. But that was his recommendation and his advice for choosing a career is find something you love, but it's not your escape, if that makes sense. Because you need to have something that's not work. No new vintage tractors in the new year. Not yet. Another chilly Floridian checking in. Mark is here. Jeff is here. Jeff, I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're doing all right. I have a question for everybody. If we were to make Rusty Nuts Ranch t-shirts, would y'all be interested in them? I should have wore it. I could have showed it. I think it's in the dirty laundry though.
You can just hold it up.
Yes. Sure. Absolutely. So there's some interest. Okay, well, here's the thing. The less the if there's only a small number of people that buy them, that means we have to charge like $374.59 for each one because, we got to make some profit here, fellas. I'm kidding. 18 degrees in southeast Arizona. Yee.
Your sister's probably loving it.
Oh, yeah, your sister's down there.
She's probably loving it.
Yeah, doubt it.
She misses the cold every once in a while.
Until she's in it, and then she's like, yeah, I don't miss this anymore.
Yeah, but it's not negative down there. That's what she like left.
All right, I'll give you a preview. Hold on. You can entertain her for a short minute.
See, that still doesn't sound that bad, like 25 and 29 degrees, but I guess for where you are. Negative 25, so never mind. That says negative 25. Tempe. She's in Tempe. And then my parents are in Chandler. Oh, it's clean.
It is clean. I could have wore it. So McKenna made this shirt for me. This is the front. That was kind of the idea I had for I wanted to have like a ranch brand, So that's what I chose. So you have R&R on there. And then this is the back. Something like that. And this one is about the same color as the green hats that I have. If you've ordered one or if you've seen them on the channel, it's kind of like a drab green color. And it's really soft. Rodney says he had a totally different vision in his head. Who designed my logo? This one here. It was sent to me by, I can't remember. It was sent to me by a Facebook friend, and they said, hey, I was messing around with an AI logo creator, and it came up with this, and he sent me like 2 or 3 different ones, and that's the one that I thought I liked the best. So that's what we've stuck with. And I've tried to use AI generators to redesign it, and everything that it spits out I haven't liked as much as this. So it's just some random. When AI creates imagery, like if you type in a tractor, antique tractor, it's interesting. It takes bits and pieces from all different kinds of tractor brands because you can see it in the design of the tractor, and then it just kind of puts it all together and makes it flow. It's kind of interesting how it works, but you could probably make stickers too, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
We can even make stickers. We could turn this into a whole, what do they call it? Etsy shop. Won't be tractor parts hanging on the wall anymore. It'll just be t-shirts and hats and beanies. And see, people be asking, what's Rusty Nuts Ranch? Oh, it was this old idea this guy had about restoring antique tractors, and it never took off. So he started making t-shirts, and people bought them. Logan says it just started clicking for me that I have my own car and money. I'm going to go to way too many threshing shows this year. It gets expensive quick. You got to bring a camera with you, open a YouTube channel, and then start filming it. And then you can expense all your mileage and meals and camera equipment and computer because you use it to edit for the business and software. And oh man, the possibilities are endless. You can even go as far as getting a cost in your local area for office space rental, and like the square footage of your bedroom or your extra room that you use for your editing can be office space. So you have to find similar square footage to use as a write-off for leasing space for your office. You know, all that it's mind-boggling how many things you can write off. Pickups, trailers, tractor parts. I mean, come on. That R&R branding on the front is pretty sharp. She put it together. I just thought of kind of what I wanted. Okay, somebody's Tim says I can't go over $300. Well, you know, this is pure 100%. I was going to say cashmere, but it's made in Indonesia. This is imported, man. Expertly made. There's probably a 9-year-old somewhere right now getting a top sewing award. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That was terrible. Way better than China. I'd have to agree. Yeah, truck mirrors as a write-off. That'd be nice. Then in 9 months, I turn 18 and become an adult and have to do adulting stuff like pay taxes and go to work full time. Oh, I was paying taxes way before I turned 18. I had my first taxable job. I was 15. I worked for a French fry stand at the Minnesota State Fair, which is why I'm such a good cook, right? Mm-hmm. What's the plan for the LBs hiding in my shed? Well, one of them is complete. I think the fuel tank leaks on it, so I need to get a fuel tank, I think. And then I should be able to get that one running, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I got that from Paul, one of our friends in our club. He basically just got tired of stubbing his toe on it and said, "Here, why don't you take it?" And I was more than happy to do that. So I'd like to get one of them running. If it takes both engines to make one, fine. If not, the other one I'd like to get running and put into something. There's a guy I've seen that he put one into like a mini bike, and it had a big like 4-inch wide belt drive on it. It was pretty cool. Just for tooling around the shows, but Monica wants to know how many tractor shows McKenna has been to, and did she have a favorite? Well, she came to Nowthen. She came to Albany. Is it just 2 this year? Well, we didn't go to Almoland.
Maybe there's only 2.
Or you didn't. I took Raylan there. You didn't come to. Did you come to the Little Log House show? The one that's kind of like, it was almost like the state fair. It had Porky's and, yeah, the bounce house. Yep. So she came to the Little Log House Show, Albany, and Now Then. But as far as her favorite,
I don't know which one it is. The had a big, I think it was a steam one that had a shot of hot sparks.
that was Now Then.
Now that was.
She likes Now
Didn't they
Then.
go to Now Then? Is that them?
Some people on here went to Now Then. Yeah, Hyatt and Monica came up from Florida and went to Now Then.
Yeah, so that was the one they were at.
Yeah. Rudy has a fuel tank. Okay. We can do something, I think. I've seen guys power garden tractors with them. Ha! Secrets be told. Ask Rudy about hit and miss engines in a garden tractor. Rudy's got a little project he's been working on for quite some time now. And I think it's finally going to get finished up. Charles Burke says, in the middle of an engine rebuild for my gray 38 case RC. Hopefully we'll be ready for Now Then this summer. Hey, Charles, you and I need to talk. Shoot, you know what? Charles, are you local to me or to Now Then? We need to talk about Hyatt's RC that's sitting in the barn. I want to pick your brain on something with it. And since you're rebuilding the engine on yours, you're a good resource because I've never rebuilt an engine on these RCs. Okay. Let's see. I have a YouTube pal that's a machinist. I'm sending him my LB camshaft and bronze bearings because the bearings are shot. If he can reproduce them, he'll be able to make them for others. That would be good. I don't know if someplace like Flywheel Supply has them available, but I know that a lot of their stuff they're quite proud of as far as cost, but then again, where else are you going to get it? How is the Little Log House show in Hastings? It's a good, seems like a good show. It is a good show. It's kind of, they don't have a ton of tractors, but they have a lot of really cool stuff. There's been a lot of, the guy that owns that whole deal has bought tons and tons of historical pieces from the Minneapolis, St. Paul area and around the state, just different things that are historical. And he's reassembled everything at the showgrounds, and it's really cool. So they got a whole World War II barracks set up and a sand pit with rock crushers and all kinds of stuff. And it's a very cool show. I'd say it's kind of like a cross between the Minnesota State Fair and a tractor show. Or not, I would say like a county fair and a tractor show. State fair is kind of, that's just all about food, really. My pump jack trailer is LB powered. Besides the pump jack, it runs an air compressor, reciprocating saw grinder, and drill press. 2 LBs total. Rudy has the mag for 1. We'll get it done. I saw Pete's case R. It's sweet. Flywheel Supply doesn't carry the LB bearings. Well, that's good to know. But your friend's going to make you some, and that's also good to know. I have 2 LBs in the shed. Then there's a little Maytag kicker engine that I got from my cousin that was his grandpa's on his dad's side. And then I have, well, Rudy and I are working on that Model E, putting that together. And we haven't really touched it in probably, I don't even know, two or 3 years, but was Charles at Now Then last summer with his gray RC? Yes, that was me. Yeah, Charles, we need to talk before I deliver this RC back to Hyatt in Florida. I'm planning on doing that in June, so then we're gonna bring Hyatt's John Deere M up here and get to work on that thing and see see how bad it is. I can't remember Hyatt. How long has that thing been sitting outside? It was your father-in-law's, I think, right? We got about 6 minutes and we got to shut her down because we're gonna have movie time. I like how these lights are just like. Pew, pew. Who's making the popcorn? The microwave. Our case had a Waukesha engine in it. Yep, they sure do. That M has only been sitting in the woods for about 45 years or so. Oh, that's not bad. The F-20 that I had, last anybody knew that it ran was in the late 1950s. So that sat for 60 plus years. The guy apparently said the engine sat outside for 40 years, hasn't ran in almost 60, and about 1980 they moved it behind the shed because it took up space. Well, you'd be surprised what you can get freed up. Heat and lubricant and patience. I'm getting messages from everybody. I just gotta. This might be you, Charles. You tell me. You see that guy behind me? Is that you? It is you. Okay. Wouldn't blame you if you took a look at that M and then turned around and sent it back to Florida. Oh no, you've seen the stuff I bring home. Did I see the co-op E3 you just tore down? I saw some of it. I'm not all up to date on it, but I saw maybe the first video. Sledgehammers, oxy fuel torch, curse words, and lots of WD-40. Pretty much. Yeah, we're gonna start saying our goodbyes here. I know it was short and we got screwed up with trying to figure out the video, but I don't know why it wasn't working. There's got to be something going on with it. But at least now I know a way around it, thanks to. Why do we do this? Because we can. That's right. Charles, you should send me an email and we'll get some correspondence going. You can email me at kenny.kizzle@yahoo.com. Logan, you better get that dinner done. The homework's important too. All right. It's good to see everybody. Sorry it was kind of a messed up start, but we made it happen. And you guys take care. Hyatt, keep your snowshoes on. See you later.